President William Ruto on Saturday began his development tour of the northeastern region with a renewed pledge to deliver on long-standing promises to residents of the area. The head of state cited alleged neglect of the region over the past 60 years, as saying his government is now working to address the situation by accelerating the development of critical infrastructure and other programs to match the progress seen in other parts of the country. As NTV's Julius Juma reports, the president's visit comes at a time when debate over the reopening of the Kenya-Somalia border is intensifying.
A few days after concluding his 4-day development tour of the vote-rich Gusii region, President William Ruto was once again airborne aboard a Kenya Air Force plane, this time headed to the northeastern region. With his first stop in Mandera, the president had a packed schedule, from inspecting affordable housing projects to attending women empowerment programs and Thanksgiving events.
Assalamu alaikum. Bultin naga. Nagainin barada.
As has been the case in his tours of other regions, the president did not shy away from making promises to the locals.
Kandarasi inatangazwa on Tuesday. Kandarasi inatangazwa lini? Tuesday.
He began by highlighting what he described as decades of neglect by past regimes since independence, positioning his administration as the one to turn things around.
Tumekuwa na watu watapeli, wale waliobagua watu wengine. Hii Northern Kenya iliwachwa siku nyingi. Ni kweli ama si kweli? And I have no apologies to make to anybody by righting the wrongs of 60 years and making sure this part of Kenya is as developed or has access to development and government programs like any other part of Kenya.
For decades, northeastern Kenya has grappled with persistent development challenges, from poor road networks and limited electricity connectivity to a shortage of teachers and restricted access to essential government services, including the issuance of national identity cards. These are the issues the president promised to address during his time in office. With carefully chosen words, he sought to resonate with the concerns of the local residents, and that he did. With every word he uttered, Ruto spoke the words of the locals.
I have instructed the Teacher Service Commission to hire 1,800 teachers so that beginning next term in May, all of them will report and make sure the children of this region are taught just like the children of other parts of Kenya.
With the National Madaraka Day celebrations set to be held in Wajir, the head of state promised to complete Wajir Stadium on time and pledged to construct a new stadium in Mandera. President Ruto was accompanied by a contingent of senior government officials and elected leaders from the region. And as each took to the podium, the message was one: support for the president's re-election bid.
Hawatasikiza mtu yeyote. 2027 watasimama na wewe kwa hali na mali. Mandera, Turkana, Tana River. Sisi ni wafuasi wa William Ruto.
The president's visit to the region comes at a time when debate over the reopening of the Kenya-Somalia border remains heated. He's expected to conclude his northeastern tour on Monday. Julius Juma, NTV.